So, what if a brand new theory of everything wasn't locked away in some university vault, but was just handed directly to you? Well, that's exactly what we're talking about today. We're going to dive into something called the Harmonic Scale Framework, or HSF for short. And believe me, it's basically an open invitation to help rewrite physics.
The whole thing kicked off with this incredibly simple but kind of radical statement. HSF is now yours. I mean, just think about that for a second. That's not just some catchy slogan, right? It's a totally different way of thinking about how science gets done. It's about taking a discovery and turning it into this shared mission for everyone.
Okay, so what does this whole open invitation thing really mean in practice? Well, maybe the easiest way to get what HSF is to first talk about what it isn't.
For starters, this is not about building a personal brand. It's not about ego. The whole idea was to put the theory in the spotlight, not the person who came up with it. It's all about the discovery itself, not the discoverer.
Next up, it is not a closed project. You know how some research is done behind closed doors, all secret and proprietary? This is the exact opposite of that. Every single piece of HSF is out in the open, ready for anyone and everyone to look at and, to scrutinize.
And last but not least, this isn't some commercial product. The goal here isn't to make money, it's to make progress. In fact, the creator calls it a step towards a more human-oriented physics, which I think is a great way to put it. A physics that's driven by our collective curiosity, not just individual ambition.
So, okay, if it's not about fame, it's not secret, and it's not about money, then what is it? Well, here's the deal. HSF is a free, open physical ground theory. Think of it like a new foundation for physics, handed to the world as a starting block. It's really a challenge, a call to the community to take it, to test it, and to see what we can build on top of it. All right, now let's get to the really juicy stuff, the physics itself. So what's the one big idea that makes HSF different from everything else? It boils down to a really elegant, simple principle. Fields first.
This right here? This is the absolute central pillar of the entire theory. Fields come first. Particles are just excitations of those fields. So try to picture the universe not as a bunch of tiny little billiard balls bouncing around, but more like a vast, deep ocean. In this way of thinking, the ocean itself, that's the field, is the fundamental thing. And all those particles we talk about, they're just the waves, the ripples, the disturbances on the surface of that ocean.
I mean, this really flips our usual way of thinking completely on its head. Modern physics is mostly a bottom-up kind of thing, right? We think of particles as the fundamental building blocks. But HSF proposes a top-down framework. It suggests that all the structure we see in the universe emerges naturally, flowing out of the geometry of the fields themselves. It's a totally different perspective.
So, it's a pretty fascinating idea, for sure. But you might be wondering, okay, that's cool, but how does anyone actually do anything with it? Well, that's the best part. The project doesn't just give you the idea, it gives you a whole toolkit so you can start exploring.
And we're not just talking about some flimsy white paper here. This is a full-on launch kit for anyone who's interested. The papers are published on Zenodo, which means they're permanent and citable, just like in any other academic field. And inside, you'll find the complete theory, all the formulas, the boundary conditions, unified models, computational rules. I mean, it's the whole shebang. It is literally everything you need to start your own investigation.
And getting involved is actually pretty straightforward. First, you access the open papers on Zenodo. Then, you can explore new topics. And get this, you can even get help from AI to do it. After that, you share your ideas and research. And finally, you can collaborate with other people in the community who are doing the same thing. It's a clear path for anyone to contribute.
And the potential here, it's just huge. The frontiers for new discoveries are absolutely vast. I mean, look at this list of open research directions. We're talking about everything from atomic structure and nuclear processes, all the way up to material science, astrophysics, gravitation, and even cosmology. In literally any one of these fields, the next big breakthrough could be just waiting to be found.
And all of this brings us to what might be the most important point of all. Now that this theory is out there in the wild, its future, well, it's not really in the hands of the person who created it anymore. It's in our hands. It's in your hands. And this gets right to the heart of the scientific method, doesn't it? HSF isn't asking you to just believe in it, it's demanding proof. The theory is going to stand or fall based on calculation, prediction, and comparison with actual experiments. That's it. No faith required. And in what is a really incredible act of scientific transparency, the creator has said that while their own initial checks look promising, that's not what matters.
The final proof, or hey, the disproof, is going to come from the community. The theory has been set free. It's up to the rest of the world to see if it holds up.
So, yeah, consider this your official invitation. You're being invited to continue the work, to extend it, to challenge it, absolutely challenge it, to test it, and to explore all of its implications. It's a call to action for anyone who's curious.
You know, it's not often in science that a potential new foundation is just laid out for everyone to see and work on. It's a pretty rare moment. The tools are there, the invitation is open, so the only real question left is, what will you discover?